We are discussing on pavement material and characterization. Previously we have seen different bituminous taste and we are continuing with the taste which is performed on bituminous surface. We will start today's lecture with the ductility test. Yes, ductility test. The property of ductility of a binder is an indication of its ability to deform under load without cracking. A cracked surface of a pavement is unsatisfactory for a number of reasons that the chief of which is that if it allows water to penetrate into the cores of the pavement, that definitely affect its stability. The ability of the bitumen to spread and the surface of the aggregate completely to provide binding and interlocking is considering to be dependent on its ductility. Also, the ability to withstand repeated loading cycle under the traffic, keeping the deformations within allowable limits is partially dependent on the ductility. The ductility is expressed as the distance in centimeter to which a standard sample of bitumen can be stretched before the thread breaks. The test is conducted at the 27-degree temperature and at the rate of pull of 50 mm per minute. That means there is a specimen of bitumen which is kept at 27 degree Celsius temperature, and after that at a 50 mm per minute rate that sample get stretched with the ductility machine. The test setup is already shown in figure. The cross section at minimum width of the specimen is 10 by 10 mm. The ductility machine functions as a constant temperature water bath with a pulling device at a pre-calibrated rate. Two clips are thus pulled apart horizontally at a uniform speed of 50 mm per minute. Here you can see in the image that there is a two clip. So in this two clip, a bituminous sample get poured and thereafter it will get stretched at the rate of 50 mm per minute. Let's go thorough to the taste. A bitumen sample is heated and poured in the mold. Let's say this is a mold. Okay, so first is that the bitumen sample is heated and poured in the mold. Assembly placed on a plate. Like this is a plate. We have placed bitumen over here. Now the sample along with the mold are cooled in air. Once you have poured the material, then you have to keep this material to get cooled in the air. Now then in a water bath maintained 27 degrees Celsius. Now that sample you have to put in the water bath which is having or which has maintained the temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. Now the excess bitumen material is cut as you have poured the material. If that material gets over here, then you have to cut it through knife and make the surface leveled with the knife, or you can use any other material or any other object to make it leveled. Now next is the mold assembly containing the sample is replaced in the water bath of the ductility testing machine for 85 to 95 minutes. Okay, now the sides of the mold are removed The clips hooked on the machine and the pointer is adjusted to 0. The distance up to the point of breaking of thread is reported in centimeters as a ductility value. Once you have started stretching the two clips, then one clip would be the fix and the second clip will move on that water bathtub. Okay, and there will be a scale which measure the distance in centimeter. Now at the point where this particular thin layer, okay, this thin layer gets break, at that moment you have to measure the distance, that is centimeter distance. Okay, and that will give you the ductility value. The ductility value gets seriously affected by factors such as pouring temperature, dimension of briquette. Briquette is a bituminous sample, level of briquette in the water bath, then presence of air pockets, test temperature, and the rate of pulling. At which rate you are pulling the material. That is also a fact. The ductility value of bitumen vary from 5 to over 100 for different bituminous grades. A minimum ductility value of 75 cm has been specified by the ISI for bitumen of grade 45 and above, which obtained from sources other than Assam Petroleum. The minimum ductility value may be 50 cm for bituminous of grades S35. However, as the bitumen produced from Assam Petroleum in India have much lower ductility values, the minimum ductility value specified is only 15 cm for the bitumen grades A65, that is from Assam, for the use in certain regions. So this is all about the ductility test, its procedure, the specimen we are using, the machine we are ductility machine we are using. So now next test is about flash and fire test. Bituminous materials leave out volatiles at a temperature depending upon their grade. These volatiles catch fire causing a flash. This condition is very hazardous and it is therefore essential to quality this temperature for each bituminous grade so that paving engineers may restrict the mixing and application temperatures. As mentioned above, this test gives an indication of the critical temperature at and above which suitable precaution should be taken to eliminate fire hazards during the heating of bitumen. The flash point is a point of a material is the lowest temperature at which the vapor of substance momentarily takes fire in the form of flash under specified test condition. And the fire point is a point that lowest temperature at which the material gets ignited and burns under specified test condition. Now let's move on the procedure of this particular test. First of all, let me tell you the apparatus we are using for this test is known as a Penske-Martens closed up apparatus or open cup apparatus. This particular apparatus, that is Penske-Martens, this is for closed cup also and there is a open cup also. Now the material is to be tested that filled in the cup up to a filling mark. The lid is placed to close the cup in a closed system. All accessories including thermometer of the specified range are suitably fixed. The bituminous sample is then heated and at the rate of 5 to 6 degree per minute and stirring the specimen. The test flame is applied at interval depending upon the expected flash and the fire points. The first application is made at least 17 degrees Celsius temperature below the actual flash point, and then at every 1 to 3 degrees Celsius. The flash point is taken as the temperature read on the thermometer at the time of the flame application that cause a bright flash in the interior of the cup in a closed system. So that means this flash point is to be considered when you apply a flame at the thermometer and it causes the bright flash in the interior of the cup in a closed system. At that moment, this particular temperature, this particular point of temperature is known as the flash point. The minimum specified point of bitumen is pavement construction. In the pavement construction is 175 degrees Celsius. The next test is a specific gravity test. Okay. Now, in the specific gravity test, the density of a bitumen binder is a fundamental property frequently used as an aid to classify the binders for use of any paving job. In most of applications, the bitumen is weighed, but finally, when used in aggregate system, the bitumen content is converted on the volume basis using the density values. The specific gravity of bituminous material is defined as the ratio of mass of given volume of the substance to the same of an equal volume of water at the temperature of both being 27 degrees Celsius. The specific gravity value of bitumen is also useful in bituminous mix design. The density of bitumen is greatly influenced by its chemical composition. Increased amount of aromatic type of compounds or mineral impurities cause an increase in specific gravity. The specific gravity is determined either by using a cyanometer or by preparing a cube-shaped specimen in a semi-solid or a solid state, and by weighing in air and water. Generally, the specific gravity of pure bitumen is in the range of 0.97 to 1.02. The specific gravity of cutback bitumen may be lower depending on the type and proportion of the diluent used. If talking about the tar, then tar have the specific gravity ranging from 1.10 to 1.25. So this is about the specification of specific gravity. The material we are using for the pavement, that must have this range of specific gravity. So this might help you in the MCQ type questions. The next test of bitumen, that is the solubility test. Yes, solubility test. A pure bitumen is completely soluble in solvents like carbon disulfide and the carbon tetrachloride. Hence, any impurity in bitumen in the form of inert materials or inert minerals, carbon, salts, etc. could be quantitatively analyzed by dissolving the sample of bitumen in any of the two solvents, that is carbon disulfide and carbon tetrachloride. Now, for the solubility test, a sample of about 2 gram of bitumen is dissolved in about 100 ml of solvent. The solution is filtered and the insoluble material retained is washed, dried, and then weighed. It is expressed as a percentage of original sample. Insoluble material it should be preferably less than 1%. In solubility test with a carbon tetrachloride, if it is black carbonaceous residue is over 0.5%, the bitumen is considered to be cracked. The minimum proportion of the bitumen soluble in carbon disulfide is specified as 99%. So these are the specification for the solubility test. The next test and the last test of on the bitumen, that is water content test. Water content test is a desirable that the bitumen contains minimum water content to prevent forming of the bitumen when it is heated above the boiling point of water. The water content in a bitumen is determined by mixing known weight of the specimen in a pure petroleum distillate which is free from water, free from heating and distilling of the water. The weight of the water condensed and collected is expressed as percentage by weight of the original sample. The maximum water content in bitumen should not be exceed 0.2% by weight when you are using it as a pavement material. So this is all about the quality controls and quality assurance for the bituminous material. With all this, we are concluding our first module, that is pavement materials and characterization. From the next lecture, we are starting our next module, that is construction of pavement. Thank you.